Hi friends, Maycee and Dan here. Dan.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Dan.
Nope.
2.0. And I'm Maycee. And welcome to Pendilor. This is a D&D campaign that we co-DM for a couple of our friends. This was not recorded with the intention of being published or released to the masses, so just be aware that professional quality will not be found here. When you open these doors, that is not what you will discover. What will you discover? I don't know. Maybe a polar bear ice skating on Mars. Who's to say?
Definitely not that, though.
Yeah, that's not in here, so don't get your hopes
nope,
up.
Not in the
that's
slightest.
like your thing.
So there's a few audio issues. You can hear us talking in the background occasionally when we're muted.
Scheming.
And one of our players' head is completely cut off, so it got removed from the end product.
Yeah, we're already decapitating people session 1. That's how you know it's going to be a good
chaotic
campaign.
DMs, yeah.
I've got some friends and family who are interested in listening to this. A couple are interested in the concept of co-DMing, and some just want to tag along and listen to a story. So we decided, what the hell? And yeah, hopefully you guys can have some fun with us as we travel through the world of Pendilor. So come on.
Come on.
Why don't you come join us?
Hop through the portal.
Hop through the portal to Pendilor.
It's right back there.
It's right here.
Just jump in.
Can you see it?
Take a dive.
Didn't you hear it?
I can hear it.
Can you feel it pulsating?
I can.
Can you hear it
What
quivering?
the fuck is that?
Come on. It's fine. Just come through the portal.
Ah, it's in me.
This is gonna be a shit show. Our story begins in a town by a lake on a warm fall day on the eve of the moon change in the age of the blue star. A new season stretches its sleepy limbs while the past year drifts away in a gentle flurry of delicate autumn leaves. A fresh start, a time of potential and newness. The sun shines down, its powerful energy winding its way through boughs of trees, blanketing fields of crops, warming the backs of many a herd of animals, dispelling the darkness and cold from the fleeing night, and piercing through a crack in a set of curtains, hung delicately in a room on the second story of a charming lakefront home. The curtains are drawn open from the inside, and the bright light of morning pierces through the veil. Suddenly, the curtains are closed, and then opened, and then closed, and then opened once more. Hillsong, deep within the recesses of your unconsciousness, you feel a jolt. There is darkness all around you. You are adrift in a sea of shadow. Then, something new. Light, warmth. The brightness is excruciating, and then it's gone, and it's back again. Something within you shifts, and you feel odd. You are experiencing the seemingly unfamiliar sensation of your muscles creaking into functionality. Weakly, your eyes flicker open. Wow, so you're awake. Damn, I owe that dingus Charlie Peachtree 10 gold.
What do I see?
You see before you a halfling female, looks rather fairly young, probably a teenager. She is sitting on a stool next to a quaint bed, and her hand is on the curtains, sort of fluttering them back and forth. She has a shock of messy black hair shortly cropped above her shoulder with one streak of blue, it looks like,
just kind of an indigo streak down the front.
Am I dead?
No. Unfortunately, honestly, I was gonna make a little bit money if you had died.
Oh. Okay.
Not that I'm saying you should. I'm just saying it is sort of inconvenient, but it's good to see. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Talking. I didn't even know if you could talk. You looked like shit when you showed up.
Yeah.
Here.
Where am I?
She passes you a small vial of what looks like murky brownish green water. It's bottled in sort of what you would see like a traditional milkman's glass jug. She passes it that to you. Drink this. It's like some sort of like seaweed water. I don't know. My mom's on a kick. It's supposed to be like super healthy for you, but it tastes like cat piss, so. But it'll help you feel better.
What does it smell like?
It smells
Kind of like cat piss.
It's there's definitely like a salty pungency to it, but it's not super strong.
Do I taste poison?
Make a Constitution saving throw. No, I'm kidding. No, it doesn't taste all that terrible. It's a little medicinal, certainly. It's definitely not drunk for flavor, but there's no sort of immediate reaction from your body.
Thank you.
Honestly, I found the best way to do it is just shoot it. Like, get it all down. Don't savor that. It gets worse with each sip. She brushes some hair out in front of her eye.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Del. Del Medina.
Del?
Yeah. I
Del
live here.
Okay.
She gestures around.
I'm
She's like on the edge of
Bed.
her seat. Your
Bedford.
Your name is Bedford?
Yes.
God damn it, that's another 10 gold. I swore to Charlie Peachtree that your name would start with a J. I was really hoping for like Jeff.
Oh.
Shit, she starts going through a coin purse on her hip.
Where am I?
Well, this is my parents' inn. You're in Lake Otterling. Ever been here before?
Yeah. I'm new.
Oh, well, clearly. They drug you off a boat in like the middle of night. But my mom's really good with like making people feel better, so figured we'd just look after you for a little bit. I've been checking in on you every day. I did cut your hair a little bit in the front. Just a tiny bit. It's hardly noticeable. But like it looks pretty cool, honestly. Like it's kind of edgy.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna do like a colored streak like I have in mind, but it takes time, and my mom was like, "Don't take the bleach next to the unconscious guy," and whatever. It's pretty stupid, but we can do that later if you want.
Yeah. How long have I been asleep?
Oh God, it's been like 9 days, man.
Oh. Are those things still? Oh, so the obviously I know what they are because I've seen them before. The lizard, serpent, flying things.
What? Like a dragon?
Yeah,
No.
dragon. Is there a dragon around? Are there several?
I wish. No, man. People haven't seen dragons in forever.
Okay.
But is that what happened? Were you in like a dragon fight?
It's at this point that
this is
the door,
real good.
the door to the room opens, and you can see a sort of like older gentleman with short black hair and a large bushy mustache, comes in and says, "Oh, Delilah, you're supposed to get him out of bed and downstairs. Come on, what are you doing? Good to see you awake there. Is it Jeff?"
Hi. It's Bedford.
Bedford, nice to meet ya. The name's Ronald, but you can call me Ronnie. This is my establishment I run here with my wife.
Is he a halfling too?
Yes, also a halfling.
Okay.
And he does bear a resemblance to Delilah as well.
Okay.
You want, you can come on downstairs and we can get you some breakfast.
Dad, you just woke up. Like,
Oh, surely he's gonna be hungry.
Oh god.
I'll stay. I'm still kind of tired. Think I'll stay up here.
Oh, you can't stay in bed all day. You're gonna miss the Harvest Festival.
Oh, right.
You then hear what sounds like very quick feet moving up a set of wooden stairs, and in through the door pops another face, another rather stout halfling, with sort of light brown hair, green eyes, and the hair is clearly just done to perfection. It is curled immaculately, and you hear, "Oh my goodness, he's awake. Ronnie, our boy's awake. Delilah.
I'm delighted.
You did it. Oh my goodness." And she scampers over to the bed and ruffles through an apron and pulls out a muffin and hands it to you, Hillsong. And says, "We have just been waiting to get to know our special visitor. We've been waiting so patiently. Would you like a muffin? It's seaweed. Pan-fried. I make them myself."
Yes, thank you.
"Wonderful. Here you go." And she plucks off a little bit and puts it to your lips.
Oh,
"Yes, you must be so weak. You looked like absolute rubbish when you showed up, but goodness, look at you now, chomping and chewing such a big boy."
All right, Winnie, don't overwhelm the poor sucker. Come on now, we got some things to get done before the festival starts. We've got some customers downstairs probably to go take care of.
"Oh, absolutely, I've got to finish the pies, Ronnie. I've got to finish the pies.
Oh, we've got to finish the
in for
pies.
Too long. We've got to get our outfits on. Well, we will meet you downstairs. We're so excited to get to know ya." And Winnie hurries off in a flurry, muffin crumbs flying behind her as she goes.
And Ronnie will hand a small coin purse to Dell and say, "Why don't you show him the town and get him ready for the Harvest Festival? We'll see you around. You're definitely going to be competing." And he walks out of the room.
Dell
Is there a
sighs
window?
deeply.
There is, in fact, a window.
Does it appear to be locked?
It's closed and latched right now. It's sort of an old, thick pane with, the wooden bars going in the middle of it.
Okay, my eyes are gonna keep continuously flickering between that and Dell.
Dell sort of notices your eyes flicking to the window and just sort of nods with a look of understanding in her eyes. "So those are my parents. They're a lot."
They seem nice.
Yeah, certainly. Almost too much, though. It's almost so nice that it's mean, you know?
No.
But that's fair. If you spend any more time around them, I'm pretty sure you'll get it.
Okay.
But honestly, it might be for
I'm sorry, what is the name of this place again?
This is Lake Otterling.
Lake Otter. Okay. Is everyone here, small?
She sort of tilts her head and looks at you quizzically. "I wouldn't say everyone. I mean, there's pretty diverse array of heights here in Lake Otterling.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
of
sorry.
course, there's certainly some halflings. If you're right, it's not all halflings that live here, though. We got
Right.
lots of people in Lake Otterling."
right.
You hear a shouting from downstairs. "Delilah, you better get a move on."
Oh, for fuck's sake. We should really leave.
You can go on ahead if you want.
Alright, just warning you, they will be back.
Okay.
If you don't want them to, like, converge.
Kill me.
Just a heads up, though, it's the festival today, so it's probably gonna get pretty loud. If you want something to eat or drink, you should probably do it before all this shit starts.
Okay.
And
Right.
Hillsong, now that you have been awake for a little while, you do start to feel really sort of just like nauseously hungry and very dehydrated, thirsty. It's been a while since you've, taken care of yourself, so you can definitely feel that.
Do you know my things? Do you have my things?
The stuff in the bag?
Yes.
That was on you, but it's like the bag is beat to shit, man. I don't know what you did, but it looked rough.
Is the sword and am I still wearing the armor?
I think you've still got that, yeah.
Okay. Do you have the sword and my staff?
They took that all to Krebs down the street. She's savvy
Okay.
with stuff, so figured she could clean it up for you and look after it.
Okay.
Do you want to go there? I can take you there.
No,
Go the
you
back
should
way.
go. It sounds like your parents want to see you, so you should probably go talk to them.
Alright, man, well, take care of yourself and finish the rest of that drink. I promise. I know it tastes bad, but, like, it'll help with the head. And it's at that moment that you realize that your head has been bandaged. Here's that there's some sort of gash in your upper forehead.
Okay.
And with that, Dell turns around, looks at you, kind of shakes her head one more time, and looks at her coin purse, and leaves the room.
Okay. I'm gonna close my eyes real quick. Do I hear any birds?
I'd say, yeah. You can hear some birds chirping sort of outside your window.
Okay. Do I hear trees creaking?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And actually,
Okay.
now that you're stopping to listen, you can hear sounds of commotion outside. You hear laughter, kids playing. You hear a lot of people shouting about some sort of heavy object they're moving, barking orders, stuff like that. You can still get all of those sounds of nature through, though. It's not like a city or anything. It's not like obnoxiously loud.
Okay. I look out the window. What do I see?
So you see out the window just a delightful looking town. The sun is coming down through some trees, and there's just a bunch of small cottages, and you can see there is a large lake with the sunlight glistening off of it in the distance.
So in terms of my inventory, I pretty much have nothing but my armor, right?
Yeah, you have your clothes.
Okay, I
Your
have my clothing.
belongings were, Dell mentioned that your belongings were getting cleaned up by someone she referred to as Krebs down the street.
I'm going to sort of move my fingers
And Alex is
over
doing it, right?
the seaweed drink thing
We're gonna
that
have
she
to-
gave me, and I'm going to cast the cantrip Shape Water and try and do my best to just get just pure water out of it and leave the rest of the stuff
Okay.
inside.
Yeah, just make a druid spellcasting check. So add your modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Okay, that is a 14.
Yeah, that's enough. So as you concentrate, you pull the water out, and you see there's just what looks like some plant material at the bottom, as well as just like a bit of brownish mush stuck towards the bottom.
Okay, I'm going to sort of guide the water into my mouth and drink that.
All right,
Um,
got some water.
and then I'm going to sit here for a while, about 10 minutes or so, and think/panic.
Fight off a panic attack.
And, yeah, that's what I'm going to try and fight off a panic attack, pretty much.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. Oh, good rolling today. That's an 8.
You're feeling a little panicked at the moment. The walls are sort of closing in all around you. It's a weird place, strange place.
And there's a lot going on in the room. The more you look at the room, you see this elaborate floral wallpaper and paintings and statuettes and memorabilia everywhere.
There's way too much going on.
Right. There's nowhere you can look and see nothing. And you notice most of the things on the walls seem to be photos of otters or drawings of otters. And you also notice that these otters seem to have small horns jutting out from their foreheads.
You also have probably not encountered any otters in your life. So, new creature.
Okay. How far down is the drop from the window?
15 feet? 20 feet?
Are there people, like, right outside? Like, is it going to be super obvious if I go out the window?
Taking a look at the window, yeah, you could see some people around. They'll definitely notice.
You see people trying to hang up some streamers. There's folks hanging up sort of some fun little lights. It's pretty bustling.
Okay. I'm going to approach the door, and I am going to attempt to stealthily open it.
Make a stealth check.
Slowly. Okay. 18.
So you turn the handle completely, open the door.
That is a 17.
Silently.
That door clearly had some good WD-40 squirted in there. It's seamless. You're like, everything else in here is a little weird, but that's a good door.
Okay. What do I see on the other side?
There's just a hallway. Out there, you see a bunch of other doors. It looks like it's some kind of, shared living space. From what you can tell, there's a bunch of other doors that resemble yours. Each one has a number on it.
Sort of lining a hallway down to the left, and to the right you see a painted white wooden set of stairs that lead down into what appears to be like some sort of lobby area.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to sneak down the stairs.
Keeping your same stealth check from before, you creep down those stairs, no problem.
Okay.
And as you get down to the bottom step, you can see there is a bunch of people in here having breakfast, chatting. You see Ronnie and Winifred are helping guests. You see there's a few other halflings in here, as well as a younger tiefling male talking with Dell over in the corner. You can also see I don't know if you're familiar with them, but you do see a Fearbolg over at one of the tables with kind of unusually colored hair. It's red.
Do I see an exit?
Yeah, just past the line of people, there is a door that leads outside.
Shit.
But you imagine you're probably not going to be able to get out of there without at least being noticed by someone.
One thing to do. I attempt the casual stroll, I know what I'm doing here, and just try to walk across towards the door. I'm just going to be like, yes, I know what I'm doing. I'll walk across and leave.
All right. So you're walking across, and as you go, you hear a shout over from behind the counter from Ronnie. It's just like, oh, you leaving already? And as you turn to look, you crash right into a table with a Fearbolg, and a chair goes splattering to the ground. You almost fall over onto the table.
I'm just staring at this Fearbolg in terror.
And the Fearbolg is staring right back.
Sorry. Hi.
Hello, can I help you?
No, thank you. I'm good. I'm gonna go.
You seem frazzled. Are you alright?
Yes,
I
I am perfectly all right. Praise the serpent. I'm going to walk.
What? Do you need medical attention, friend?
He actually looks like he probably does as well.
The big bandage on my head.
Bandage, he looks malnourished.
I'm just gonna slowly reach a big hand out towards him.
I'm gonna slowly lean away.
It's all right. Just come here. Come here.
No, that's okay. We're
Let
good.
me look. Hang on. It's all right. I don't want to hurt you.
Oh God.
You seem frazzled.
going to
Let
hurt
me
me?
help you. No, I'm not going to hurt you. Let me help you.
I will stay very still. And
Is there a
watch.
chair across from me?
There is.
I would like to gesture towards the chair. Actually, I'll stand up. To be my
God.
full 6'8", 6'8" tall, and I'll
Hillsong,
just
You did not realize that there was that much Fearbulk hiding underneath the table, but holy God.
and I'll
towering.
sort of, friend, I want to help you. If you could take a seat, then I could help you.
I
You
take a
seem
seat.
very distressed.
Hillsong sits down. It's very suddenly.
Yes. Hi, I'm Bedland.
Bedland. Your name is
Yes.
Bedland.
Yes, Bedland Tableson.
Son, I think you've suffered some kind of brain damage here. And I'm gonna reach out my hand and I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Alright, go ahead and roll a d8.
1!
Oh, there we go.
So, 4. You regain 4 hit points.
So, Hillsong, you feel instantly better. There's this warmth sensation that starts from the end of his fingertips and just sort of like surges throughout your whole body. And you can feel your head sort of like shift slightly, and then suddenly the pain goes away.
Oh.
Now, do you believe me that I'm not trying to hurt you?
Yes. Thank you.
Very good. Have a seat. We can chat.
Okay. I will continue sitting.
What's on your mind, friend? Besides the bandages, of course.
Um,
And then how are we gonna want to?
my eyes, by the way, are just staring at the Fearbulk. There's a lot of attention being given to the Tiefling too. Do you know where?
You said your name was
Perfect Max is gonna do it right.
Bedford?
We can also tell Alex that he knows where the tavern is.
yes.
Alex, lead him over.
I'm looking for Krebs' place.
And Alex, you have heard of this. It's a tavern a few buildings down. It's definitely not far.
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Down the street, not too far from here.
Right.
I don't like particularly leaving you on your own. You seem disturbed.
No, I'm fine. Do you... I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Felix,
Hello, Felix.
and you are Bedford.
Bedson. Bedford, yes.
Bedson or Bedford?
You know, the one I said. Do you know where the underworld is?
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind. So...
Cure wounds again?
Okay. He seems to be in top medical condition now. But
Whatever he's got is something Cure Wounds will not fix,
Yeah,
apparently.
seems like it's above
I
your
don't know that.
medicinal capabilities. But you don't notice, what I'm saying is you don't notice any changes after the first cure wounds.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to go to Krebs down the street.
Do you mind if I go with you?
No, that'd be great.
I honestly don't like seeing I don't want to leave you on your own in case you do something stupid. So,
Of course.
if you don't mind, I would like to go with you.
Whatever you want. Let's go. And I stand up.
What a
and
strange boy. I will
do-
stand up, and I will shadow him.
Felix, as you stand up, the top of your hair is just beginning to like scrape the roof of this place. So you're sort of like walking with your head at a slight angle, and then you have to duck as you exit the door.
Excuse me. Sorry.
And so you guys begin to head down the road.
I believe, I don't know this for certain, but I believe it's down this way.
Okay, how many people are here in this place?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not from here.
I was more asking the DMs when I look around about how many do I see.
So you can see, I mean, a few hundred people probably within view. Not all around you, but this place is sort of open. It's not congested in any way. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of like roads or anything like that. There's sort of just buildings scattered around, and you can see the festival is just sort of everywhere. But over towards the lake, there is a lot of large tents set up and some weird-looking machinery. You see these large, long-looking wooden contraptions that is something that's completely unique you've never seen before. And those are sort of towering over the rest of the festival.
You also notice that most of the people seem to be dressed in really vibrant clothes, clearly dressed up, not just kind of your day-to-day garb.
Is it a holiday?
It's the week of the festival.
Oh,
I'm assuming that's why you're here.
yes. That is why I am here.
With the heaviest eye roll that Felix can muster, he'll go, "You're really bad at lying, you understand that, right?"
I don't know what you mean.
As you say that, a familiar form sidles up beside you, Hillsong, and it's Dell casually sipping on what appears to be a to-go cup of some kind.
Catherine's their to-go cups.
She sort of looks around Hillsong up at Felix and goes, "What's up?"
Hello there. Excuse me, small one. Do you know this man?
I guess his name is like Bedson or something.
I was told Bedsinford.
Bedsonford. Okay.
That is the full name.
Bedsonford.
Was my name
Jeff.
Beds?
I still feel like you've got a face that looks like a Jeff. Don't you think so? And she gestures at Felix.
I see that this man clearly has very, very horrible brain damage of some kind.
Oh.
I was wondering if you knew him, could you escort him to a healer of some kind? I've done what I can for right now, but I think he needs more that I can offer at this current juncture.
And it's at this point that you guys arrive at the building. It's, again, not far. Didn't take you very long.
It appears to be sort of a log cabin-esque rustic building that has a sign over it painted that says Waterside Spirits. And there appears to be some faint light glowing from within.
Is this where my stuff is?
Yeah, this is the place. This is Krebs' place. She runs the joint.
Okay. I'm
She's
going
really
to-
good with all those weird artifacts and stuff, so I'm sure she took good care of your things. I only messed with it a little bit and like not much, so you shouldn't be too worried.
I knock.
Oh man, you can just Dell laughs. It's like it's a public place, man. There's not gonna be like a valet or something, but I can like escort you in if you really want. And she like she puts her arm up for you to like take. You're weird.
I sort of touch her elbow and be like, "Yes," and then open the door.
I'm gonna lean down next to Dell and say, "He's very strange, isn't he?"
I'm definitely a little bit concerned, but honestly, with a name like Bedford, are you really surprised?
Bedson. It's one of those, I think.
I
I'm not quite sure.
guess we'll just wait and find out.
I suppose.
Let's just get him
I'm very
inside.
concerned for him.
Well, look, I appreciate it because I've sort of grown fond of him over the past week. He's really quiet, and that's been a nice change of pace for me, honestly.
Oh, does it get loud here?
It gets loud in my house.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, my parents
Siblings?
have this sort of whisper that hurts.
And Felix, you've become accustomed to this whisper over the morning as Ronnie and Winnie like to
jubilantly express whatever it is they are feeling / doing / wanting.
And their way of shouting like breakfast orders and things like that. It's not exactly subtle. But as you guys enter into this small tavern,
there's a few people at the tables. It's not nearly as packed as the inn. This place is more of a pub, so it's typically more of a later day visit as opposed to top of the morning. But there's a few tables, wooden tables that are filled with, a couple groups of random people, all of whom seem to be sort of dressed up. You notice at the bar there appears to be a tiefling woman, very short, like buzzed brown hair, who is slinging drinks / working on some dishes.
At the bar, you see Jin. If you want to just go ahead and describe yourself.
Jin has kind of ashy silver hair, light green eyes. Jin's a Lightfoot halfling, small and quick and jubilant.
And on the other side of the bar, you also see an elf who appears to be kind of running back, well, not running, but sort of casually drifting from the bar area to a back room, typically bringing food and placing it out for guests. You see there's a brief exchange between them and the tiefling woman, and the elf sort of takes off their apron and sits down at the bar as well. And Crow, if you would like to give some details about what we see, you are welcome to.
Yes, so Crow is a tall, about 6 foot elf with long black hair. You can see that his outfit is wearing kind of like rugged and sort of traveler's gear. It looks a little out of place. And while he did take his apron off, he forgot that he still has kind of a white chef hat on the top of his head, which looks a little out of place compared to the rest of the clothing that he's wearing.
And as you guys come in, the tiefling woman looks over towards you, Max, and her eyes kind of light up. Ah, come for your stuff, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I've got it over here in the back. Do you want a drink? And she
No, thank you.
turns to sort of like walk away. Like, well, have a sit down here at the bar. Be a moment. She walks into the back.
I will go sit down at the bar.
You are sitting directly in between Crow and Jin. And Felix and Del, you guys can make your way up to the bar as well, if you'd like.
I'll walk over and I'll take a seat on the next. Actually, I'm gonna stand behind Hillsong. I'm gonna sort of crouch down a little tiny bit.
Oh god, I'm surrounded on all sides.
Hello, name's Crow. Who are you?
Hi, I'm
His name is Bedfordson.
Bedfordson.
Ferdson.
Benson. Something like that.
Crow, this is the guy that
Benson,
I've just been
something like
calling
that.
Jeff. And you lean down and take a look at Del. You would know Del pretty well at this point. She is only 17, but certainly frequents the pub a lot. She loves any form of like fried potato. So you probably made her some fun like cheesy starch dishes.
Oh, this is the gentleman who was unconscious for a while.
Yeah, he looks a lot better than he did.
He must have been much worse than he looks now. Bedfordson, that's his name. Okay. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr.
Crow.
Mr. Crow. Okay.
Crow Emberly.
And Hillsong, you see a kind of terrifying green hand drop mugs from the other side of the bar, and you look quickly and you can see there's a goblin down there with an apron serving drinks.
Thank you, Clint.
No
Hey.
problem.
Be careful over there. You almost got some on me.
I can't see, lady. I'm not a server. I just cook. And he scuttles back into the back with sort of a flourish.
I reach over and take one of the mugs and push it over towards Bedfordson.
There's this sweet aroma that begins to come up and permeate through your nose. It's some sort of nice honey based alcohol.
Thank you.
Crow, was it? Is that what you said your name was?
Crow, yes.
Yes.
What's your name?
I'm Felix. Nice to meet you. I am concerned for this man. He's been saying strange things. He stumbled on my table a couple of minutes ago, and did you say that you know of him? Something along those lines.
Well, just what I've heard from this young lady here. But yes, I mean, for someone to stumble that much over their own name speaks to large problems. It's like
Brain damage of some kind, yes.
Like, that's usually a really easy question. You know, like, what's your name? Del. What's your name? Crow. What's your name? And she looks at Jin. Oh, yeah, actually, I don't know you. What's your name?
Oh, well, I'm Jin.
You see how easy that was for them? Just immediately a clear answer. There was no stuttering.
Admittedly,
Hello,
there
Jin.
are less syllables in like Jin and Crow than Bedfordson, if that is his real name.
Bensonford,
Yeah.
That's
Maybe you
true.
need to shorten it down to one syllable. It seems to work for me.
Maybe we could
What
call
about
him Bed.
Yes, bed would be a good idea.
That sounds great.
Or just Ford.
Ooh,
Ford?
Good one.
that's a
I
popular
would vote
name
for
in
Ford.
adventuring.
Hello, Jin. My name is Felix. It's wonderful to meet you.
So lovely to meet you. It's not often that I get to meet a Firbolg.
Are you all
Yes.
here for the festival, I guess?
Oh yeah, I come here
Yes.
every year. They have it. Lake Otterling has been the most beautiful place that I've ever seen in all my travels.
Oh, right on. Where are you from?
I'm from up north, you know,
Sure.
the swamp.
Cool. Well,
You're from the swamp?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I would say more central swamp, Centralia. Yeah, you know, it's no big deal.
Centralia Swamp.
It's at this point that you see Dina Krebs come back in, the tiefling woman, and she is carrying in her arms a bag as well as a staff and sword, and comes and sets them all down on the bar in front of you, Max. And your items look in remarkably good condition, actually. It seems actually when you're examining it, there was a chip or two in the sword that is no longer there, and staff seems as good as the day you got it. Here are your things back, darling.
oh, you did good work on that, Dina.
Thank you, I try.
Is everything in there, Hillsong? I mean, Bedfordson.
Yeah, thank you. My sword back on my hip, and just sort of clutch my staff, which is honestly more like a very thick. It's not like a bow staff, it's closer to like a branch that has gotten very thick and has a couple of leaves growing out of it, and just sort of hold it,
And
grip
Dina,
it like very, like a security blanket, basically.
and Dina comes and puts her elbow on the bar and is sort of just like staring right at you, Max, and says, "So, any idea why they had to pull you out of the water?" It's always
I was just
really
about to ask
talk
that.
about.
There was water involved. This is new information.
I was on a boat, and the boat kind of, tipped over. So,
Not a very good boat.
In Lake Otterling?
Oh no, they found him closer towards Adriath, off the coast.
In the ocean.
Wow, that's a ways.
Adriath. I'm from Adriath. Interesting.
Hey.
You remember anything?
Yeah, there was a storm that tipped over, and yeah, then I was here, and Dell was, yeah, and Dell was there.
Well,
Son, you're very jittery. You don't have to. It's all right. We're not going to hurt you.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
like today's supposed to be a fun day.
I'm
Apparently.
gonna be honest, like, I'm pretty much staring without blinking at the tiefling.
yeah.
Uh,
She says, "Well, enjoy that drink. First one's on the house for nearly dying." And she'll go walk away and return to her duties.
So Adriath. I haven't gotten the pleasure of traveling there yet. What's it like?
Oh, well, it's wonderful. I've lived there basically my entire life. I grew up there. It's a beautiful place. Wonderful palm trees. It's a nice place to grow up.
I'd definitely like to see it someday, hopefully soon.
Are you a traveler then?
I am. I have a little project that I'm working on. It involves. Yeah, I consider myself. Yeah. Never mind. No, I don't like to, self-insert.
No, do tell. I find
Well,
it very
I'm a
interesting.
painter. I love to paint. It's like,
An
It's like
artist,
something
are you?
yes. I have this project where I'm trying to travel all around Pendilor and take a document, an image document of every place that I see. And what's fascinating about all these different places is that they have these special individual plants that sometimes, if they're rare enough, it can get you just like the right pigment. And so if you find these different plants from these different regions, you can't get them anywhere else. And so the more I travel, the more paints I find, the more places I paint. Anyway, sorry to info dump, but
Oh, shit.
No, that sounds wonderful.
That's cool. We
Sounds
should
like a
get
wonderful
you,
life.
We should get you some of those the sea strawberries that grow in the lake.
sea strawberries.
Yeah, everyone here makes a big deal about them. I don't really care, but yeah, they grow in the lake. Apparently, not anywhere else. It's kind of hard to get your hands on them. We only get like a little bit each year because like we only get what the otters bring us. So like, it's kind of weird. But I think my mom has some extras. She's making some sea strawberry rhubarb pies for the festival this year. So she got like a decent amount.
I would love to get my hands on some if you could spare any.
Cool. Yeah, I can swipe some. I mean, yeah, I can ask mom if she'll give you some.
I'm sorry, did you just say swipe?
I
You
probably
guys
did,
hear
yeah.
a loud bugle sound at the distance that Jin, you recognize actually from last year, signaling the start of the festival.
I think we better get outside. I think the festival's just about to begin.
Oh. Well, let's go outside then.
Crow, you coming? And didn't Dina say you're off for the rest of the day?
Let's go with that. Yes, she did in fact say that I was off for the rest of the day. Hey, Dina? I
Yes?
assume Dina gives me a wink from off screen.
You're off for the rest of the day. Go enjoy
I
yourself.
snatch my hat off and fire it into the kitchen.
Ow! You hear from the back.
God.
Oh, hefty hat there.
That's weighted.
There's some damage.
So, yeah.
So, what about you, Mr. Crow? What's your story? By that chef's hat, I would assume you are a chef.
Just the humble sous chef here at this fine establishment of waterside spirits.
I know how that goes.
This is out
Have
of
you been a sous
character.
chef before, Jin?
Oh, well, not for, like, reals. I like to help my mom cook in the kitchen, but other than that,
Oh,
not great. Potatoes, though. Anything with potatoes.
I mean, we can both.
You got it.
She does love our cheesy potato bites that we have here.
I
Waterside
fucking
spirits.
love a tato, man. I would get down on some potatoes hardcore.
Cheesy?
There's probably some.
I get
don't
them
believe I've
every
had
year
the
when I
pleasure.
visit.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure of having cheesy potato bites, as you say.
Oh shit. There's
Well,
a
after the
stand-up
festival's over,
usually.
we'll have to come back here and get some. I made up a big batch this morning.
Oh god, are they
That
the
sounds
garlic
like a
ones?
wonderful idea.
The tiefling from across the tavern gets up from his table, finishes his drink. You see this one is younger, probably in his late teens, with sort of shorter, shaggy blonde hair and orange eyes. Gets up and says, "Hey Dell, you're gonna be late to the festival. Be a shame if you didn't qualify for pumpkin choking this year."
Yeah, fuck
And
you, Charlie.
it's like, well, you better hurry if you want to beat me. And he hops out the door.
Oh god, I can't stand that guy. He's pretty.
Let
I'm
him
sorry,
pass
did you?
there.
That was very aggressive. You say his name Charlie?
That dingus just took 20 gold from me. All because Budfordson was alive and not named Jeff. It's not a great
Sorry.
day for me. It's alright. I'm happy you're alive, really.
Wait, what did he tell you his name was?
He told me that his name was Bedford.
He told me that his name was Bedson and then changed it back to Bedford and then said whichever one I said first.
Okay, so we got someone who doesn't want to tell us his real name. That's fine. Technically, I lied to him too. My real name is Delilah, but that's gross, so I go by Del.
Yeah, it's a nickname. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. And I don't want to be weird here or anything like that, but it is kind of strange to bet on whether or not someone is dead. You do realize that, right?
Oh, totally. And she nods fervently. And then takes a drink of her coffee.
Well, I can certainly see the allure of that certain gambling aspect, you know?
We don't do it a lot.
The grasp of
It's
life
just-
and death.
I'd really like to, if I could today, try to beat Charlie at some of those stupid games.
You guys start to
Hey.
hear the faint sounds of a male voice somewhere in the distance. It sounds like it's being broadcast or like being amplified somehow. It's faint, so you can't quite make out what it's saying, but that begins.
You guys
Well,
Shall we-
if we're all here, if we're all here for the festival, would we all like to go?
Del, it
I-
sounds
I-
like
I
you've got
say-
some ass to kick, so why don't we head out there?
Yeah, why not? You guys seem pretty
I move
cool.
that we roll to see if we can leave the tavern and go out.
I sent a strong guiding hand from our dungeon masters, pushing us in the direction of the plot. Therefore, we go to the festival.
Suddenly, I find myself walking towards the door, guided by innate wisdom.
Sorry, you
Guided
guys
by
later.
some hand.
Yes, I walk outside.
Yes, we're going to
Jin
the
wants
festival.
to go.
Jin, you were the first one out the door. And Max, you were saying?
I'm going to be the last one out the door. And also, when they're gone, I'm going to try and subtly cast Goodberry.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead and make a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give you advantage. There's a lot of things going on. No one's really looking at you.
Good rolling today. 13 with advantage.
Pretty easily enough, you're able to whip up some good berries in your hand without really any
Just
notice.
grow them on my staff because I'm starving. And then I'm going to just pick one up and eat it.
All right. You eat it and immediately feel, again, sort of just nourishment move throughout your body, sort of warming sensation.
Okay.
Feel a little bit more
And-
hydrated now.
And then I will follow after them.
All right. So you guys walk outside, and you can hear there is a large group of people that are cheering and hollering in the distance. There's a lot of people, shouting in excitement, and then you can hear a voice resume. Yes, that's right. We've got magical items. We've got everything that you can ask for, but you're going to have to win if you want to get a token. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let the festival begin. And then there's another large shout from the crowd, and you can
Yes,
see
haha.
the crowd sort of just begins to disperse, and everyone's just going about their business. You guys walk over towards the festival, and you are, starting to enter the crowd of people. There's tents everywhere, stalls all over the place. Again, there's these large contraptions in the distance over in a big field. And there's a lot of things that you guys can do here if you'd like to take a look around. You also see towards the entrance to the festival, there is a large contraption of some kind. Felix, you would be the only one to recognize. You can clearly tell this was crafted in Adriath. It's got the, sort of look to it. It's gold and elegant looking. Ornate, yeah. But it's a large machine with a container at the top full of these sort of like silver and gold balls, it looks like. And a lot of different tracks that lead down going throughout the machine. It looks like the balls roll on it. There's a person standing in front of it, a high elf, looks like operating the machine. And yeah, there's a lot of different things going on. Where are you guys going first, I guess?
Well, Jin, Del, Crow, you three seem to be more of the experts here. What do you recommend?
I've never been to one of these before.
Oh, did you just arrive here too? Sorry, I assumed that you lived here.
I've been here for a few weeks.
I see.
Jin, the first contest that immediately comes into your mind is the Otter slide jousting competition that they introduced last year. Was your favorite?
I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Yeah, you excitedly look Otter. you look around and you see the sign for the Otter slides, and you start heading in that direction. What you can see from off in the distance is it's sort of situated on a hilly area, sort of secluded from the rest of the main games so as to eliminate splash zone, but you essentially see what look to be like two
converging
massive slip and slides almost that head down opposing hills with a plateau in the center, and it hasn't gotten started yet, so you don't quite see anybody on it yet.
There's no line.
Yeah,
basically.
There's no line yet.
And Jin,
Everybody,
yeah.
look over there. Who wants to go do that with me right now?
I do.
Let's go.
I want to do that.
I
That
would
sounds like
love to
fun.
watch this.
What is it?
This one's the
So-
Otter slide.
It's this. Okay, so you see the hill over there? There's like this really slick kind of thing. You slide right down and you get this fun stick, and we come at each other and joust. But it's water sliding, like we're otters sliding on our belly. Oh, it's so fun. I did it last year, and there's no line, and it fills up really quick, so we gotta go now.
Oh, okay. Just start running.
Yeah, run over there.
You guys sprint over. Felix, you accidentally just bowl over a small child running towards the same attraction.
I'm sorry. It's a line.
And he just gets up and starts running even more fast. He's trying to get it to get to this before
You can't beat me, mister! I'm the Otter slide
It's not gonna
champion!
beat me.
And he speeds up as best as he can.
You guys are the second people to arrive at the place. You guys have the second spot in line, and the people that are going before you get a little safety spiel from the man working this, and sort of explains the rules to this. You guys see that there are large otter-looking helmets that you wear that sort of encompass your whole head, and you get a little...
Foam jousting rod is what it appears to be.
And it looks to be designed in a way of like an otter horn. And you see there's just a little water slide, essentially. And so you see the first two people go, they get up on their hills, slide down, and one of them just eviscerates the other one, knocks him off the water slide totally. And they continue sliding and then go up and back down.
If they fall off the slide, is it like water underneath?
Oh, so
or is it just like concrete?
It's essentially like two hills.
Grassy knolls.
Grassy knolls, and then they meet in the middle. And so this whole
Like a
area,
slip and
It's
slide.
mud.
yeah,
Okay,
it's like
gotcha.
muddy water.
The
essentially.
middle
understand
part
better
is
now.
essentially a giant mud pit that you slide down a grassy hill into.
But yeah, it's all like set up with a slip and slide with water running down it and things like that. And you see the winner of the first round get presented a silver token, and they look excited and run off back towards where you guys were coming from. And the person working there, a sort of middle-aged, grungy-looking carnival worker, goes, "All right, you guys next."
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Do you know the safety spiel? You're listening to the last one, right?
I
I
do.
overheard the last time.
Okay,
You were
great.
saying it to the people in
big
front.
boy,
Yes.
you're on that side. Tiny girl, this
Oh.
side. Let's go. And
Sorry,
the-
sir. I just
Make
have one
sure
question.
Your helmet's
The
strapped
small
in.
the small tokens. What do
What?
those represent? Is that the prize for winning? Is it? What does the token represent?
And Jin, you don't remember this from last year. This is a new edition. He says, did you miss the speech? The guy just explained it to the entire. Anyways,
Sorry.
they got the Wonder Ball machine in from Adriath, and there's prizes. You can win magical items,
That's
stuff like
Prizes?
that.
It honestly just looks like a weird gumball machine.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like a gashapon or something.
Sure, yeah. It's that. It's a gashapon. Can you strap your helmet? I got a line building up here, kids.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Do you have halfling size?
One size fits all.
Great.
Will this
Just
fit
clearly
me?
does not fit.
No, you gotta you put them up. These are some of the weird things we got from Adriath. You put it on and it would conform to your head. I don't know
Okay.
if you
cool.
guys have seen season 1 of Umbrella Academy, but it's essentially like, the shit that Hazel and Cha-Cha wear is kind of like that.
You put it on
Yeah.
your head, and it fits, weirdly
I'm
enough.
the biggest fan.
So you guys get to your opposite sides, and you
Oh,
see... now
I
that you're-
extend a hand. Good luck, Jin.
before you go.
Luck
May
to you
the
as
best
well.
winner win.
She will.
I would like to nudge Bedfordson in the side, say, I'll put 1 penny on the big guy.
Howard, he's over there.
Oh my god.
You know what? Never mind. I'll just bet with
Okay.
myself. Thank you.
I'll
Thank
bet
you.
you. And
That
Del
was
pops up.
myself.
You guys get situated, and as you're going down, there's a little, a little pathway for you to shoot down. You got your joust ready, and as you're looking down the hill, it's a lot steeper than it looks like from far away. But you guys, air horn goes off, signal horn to start going. You guys shoot forward down the water slide, and I'll have both of you go ahead and make attack rolls.
Cool.
You go ahead and just add dex or strength, whatever you want to use, and you're not proficient with it.
Gotcha.
Wait, how do you know they're not proficient with otter horn? Like,
I have done this before.
You have done this before, but it's not easy.
That's
Oh no.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I have
And
an
then-
8.
And then
I got a
can you both make a
16.
dexterity saving throw?
That's pretty good.
Plus 3 is 18.
I also got an 18.
All right, so you guys both go sliding down at incredibly fast speeds, and both of you just whiff each other, just barely miss. Jin, you could tell you were about to get eviscerated, and you just quickly veered to the side and juked it, and you guys both slide back up and land on the opposite sides.
Does that mean we
Did I
get to
win?
go
You
again?
go again.
Did I win?
You see the guy in charge of the game waving at you from a distance. Oh, what kid? He's looking back at the line growing behind
Alright,
you.
and I'm like waving at the other side. We're gonna go again.
All right, so on this one, I'll have you both just roll d20. Straight up.
That's an 11 for me.
So as you're both going back down, Jin, this time your expertise pays off as you plant the otter horn directly in the face of Felix, sending him off of the track and knocked off. You remain victorious.
Felix,
And-
you sort of spin out in a puddle of mud. Thankfully, the magically imbued otter helmets has kept it from hurting your head. However, you are caked in a sticky mud.
Ah,
And there's a cheer from
Crap.
the crowd watching in line.
I swept my gold coin from one pocket to the next, smugly say, and again.
And as you guys walk back over, the man working his stall says, "Here you go, prize for winning," and hands you a silver token.
Thank you kindly.
well done, Jin. Well played.
Thanks for a good match, pal.
And
No
says,
problem.
All right, next up, you two. Are you guys going?
Eh.
And points at
Me?
you,
No.
yeah, Crow and.
I'm
Fun, it's
I'm
fun.
good.
All right, well then get out of the line, please.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you see the excited-looking kid says, "I'm gonna destroy him!" and like goes up with with it looks like his older brother. May go off. Well, Jin, you now have a token.
Ooh.
I really thought I had you in that first round.
I know, I could have sworn you were gonna take my head off.
I'm just
And you know
I'm
what?
just
I
like
respect it.
pushing mud off of my body and out of my vibrant red hair.
Here, let me help you with that. I'm short. I'm very small. And so I'm like trying to dust off like his ankles and his little shoes.
I'll crouch down a little bit. Thank you, Jin.
You're welcome.
As you guys are walking back through the festival, you see there is a small gnome boy walking around with a basket full of flyers, it looks like, and he walks over and he hands it. He says, "Did you get a festival flyer?"
Yeah, here, let me take one. Thank you.
And you can see on it is just a list of the activities, as well as it says when certain things are beginning. The Otter Moon viewing will begin at nightfall. And on there is a list of games and activities for you guys to try. There is a sourberry pie eating contest. There is a dunk take, a strength competition. You see there is an option for bobbing for apples, but this one is sea strawberry bobbing. There's an archery contest, and you see something that's called Otter Pops as well.
Oh no.
I would like to visit the dunk tank. A DM question.
Yeah.
Are there like booths set up where you can go in and like purchase things or anything like that?
There are
Curios.
definitely some
Thank you.
curio shops available, yeah.
Yeah, curio shops as well as plenty of little food vendors selling just strange little creations. At this point, you start to see, children walking around with balloons shaped like otters. You see a couple stuffed animals that seem to be of this white otter with rather long horns. So yeah, you definitely see there are purchases to be made.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the group, but I'm also gonna be keeping my eye out for any place that sells maps.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in general.
All right, so you guys ask for directions and are pointed towards the dunk tank, where you can see there is a wondrous-looking contraptions. It looks like 3 dunk tanks built into one, 2 on the bottom and then 1 in the middle stacked on top with wooden stairs going up and around. And you can see there are 3 gnomes, 1 in each dunk tank, which are just screaming insults at the people trying to dunk them in. They're like, "Oh, terrible, eh? What are you doing?" And you can see there's a banner that hangs above it and says, "Sink all 3 gnomes for a token."
Can we swap in a member of our party instead of the gnomes to get dunked?
You can. That is a 1 silver piece cost, though.
Bedfordshire. I feel like a dose of cold water might really help your situation. How do you feel about getting dunked? And that might help you work through some internal problems.
Well,
Getting-
that's deep.
What?
getting dunked in the dunk tank. The cold water, I feel like, would really help with your.
Yeah, get your adrenaline up, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But those, I don't know, those guys are in there already.
We'll swap one out at a low cost of a silver piece,
And hey!
we'll have you swap in.
You never know. He may not be a good enough shot to dunk you.
Very true.
Do you guys want me to?
I feel like it would be the best thing for you on your mental and spiritual journey.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could use a shower, man.
Okay.
No, if you don't want to, that's perfectly
Yeah.
understandable. We're not going to force anything upon you. If you don't want to, I would be happy to take his place. Crow.
Or both of them.
Go do both. How about this? Bed or Ford? Did we decide on that? Ford.
Could go sun.
Listen here, Ford. How about I'll go with you and we can do it together? How about that?
Okay. What exactly is? Oh my God! He fell in the water.
It's a large splash, and there's a cheer from the crowd as a gnome is dropped in by a throw from a older gentleman, actually.
As you see the gnome plummet into the water, these small animatronic otters swirl up from the bottom of the machine and spiral around the gnome.
Those
See
animals
that?
made of
Everyone's
metal.
cheering for you.
Those are those things made of metal? What?
Yeah, there's some sort of weird. They're some sort of thing they're cooking up in Adriath. Kind of cool, honestly.
So those aren't the real otters.
Ah, no, it's just magic.
Okay.
Adriath certainly is a land of technical advancement.
Okay. Yeah, if that's what you guys want, I'll go up there.
I'll clap him on the back. Yeah! Come on, Ford. Let's go.
And
Way to be a sport.
as you walk forward, the person running the dunk tank, a tiefling woman, is there, and it says, "Would you like to try to sink some gnomes?"
We'd like to swap in these
sink
two
friends.
women.
All right. That's 1 silver piece per friend you're dunking.
I'll pay for my own entry.
All right. Thank you very much. Points
There
at
you
two
go,
of the
Ben.
gnomes, says, "You guys are getting the day off," and they go, "Cowards!" and they get out and walk away. And you guys can walk up the platform and take your place, sitting on this plank, essentially, above a tank of water.
Okay.
I will sit.
How many people are looking at me right now?
Not a lot. There's not a whole lot of watchers for this attraction. A lot of other people are just looking at other things that they're doing around, entering shops and stuff like that. Probably the only people watching you is going to be the party, maybe a couple of kids. One of the gnomes who's in the other dunk tank is staring intently at you guys, be like, "You ready to get soaked?" And Felix, as you sit down, there's a little creak as gives out as the plank sinks down. Your feet, you're actually kind of up to your knees already in water.
Just with the legs dangling off. Yeah.
And,
I'm ready, Crow.
The tiefling says, "And who's going to be doing the dunking?"
That would be my friend over here.
Right here.
And she hands you 5, looks like just like baseball-sized balls, and says, "You get 5 shots, sink all 3, and you get a token." And you
Sweet.
see there are 3 targets over there, so you can go ahead.
I'll do what the other ones were doing. You can't hit me.
Right, I will take the baseball and chuck it at the first thing.
Which one are you aiming at first? Gnome, Felix, or Max? Max's character, Bedfordson.
Oh, Bedfordson, obviously.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
18.
You throw it, and it hits squarely in the target. Bedfordson, you feel sudden drop and then splash in the water. And you can, if you open your eyes underwater, you can see sort of swirling around you are these otters. And then you pop back up at the top of the dunk tank. The water is actually refreshing. It's a nice temperature.
I am sort of quietly laughing a little bit.
Well
This is
done,
so
Crow.
small.
And
Well
Sort
done,
of
Crow.
Give the little pat one of the little otters.
It seems receptive to the pat and then goes back into swimming. And you can hear the gnome cackling up above. Ah, you got soaked!
Soaked.
Yeah.
Bet you can't do that twice in a row.
Yeah, you can't hit shit!
Oh, I bet you can do it, Crow.
Yes, you can't hit.
You gonna take
All right.
that?
I'm gonna aim for Felix now.
Okay.
I think you can hit him.
You throw, and the ball sails well over Felix's head, and it seems like hits a tent behind the way.
Ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
Told ya!
I'm gonna aim for Felix again. 15.
Punk! Felix, you drop straight into the water. And it's about up to you, like your chest. You're just still standing out of the dunk tank.
You got me, Crow.
The small robotic otters
Good job.
swim up from the bottom of the tank and sort of peek their heads out of the water and look at
Oh,
you.
hello. Pat,
Okay.
pat,
And then
pat.
I get 2 more shots to try and get the gnome, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's like, you got them, but you can't hit me.
All right, that's a 3.
Sails.
Come on, Crow, you can
Come
do it.
You can do it.
Nat 20.
The first of the campaign is done tanking a gnome.
Nice. All right. So you throw it, hits the thing. The gnome is mid heckle and just gets a mouthful of water. And it rushes up, and you hear this horrible gargling sound as his noise gets cut off. And then he comes sputtering out of the tank, swearing, and sort of like climbs out. There's a cheer for the tiefling woman who begins clapping, says, "Well done, well done."
And the animatronic otters are also clapping and spinning around in circles and jumping out of the water for you.
I give the gnome double finger guns.
And you are presented with a token as well.
Sweet.
I'll climb my way out of the tank and I'll go over to Ford. Wasn't that fun?
Yeah. I thought it would hurt more.
No, well, it's just water after all.
Yeah.
And you guys, as you're standing there, you see another halfling woman with a sort of like long flowery dress and like a row of flowers in her hair comes running up and says, "Would you guys like to buy some sweets?" And has like its nice tray of pastries and fun carnival food. There's funnel cake there and lots of fun things. If you guys want some
Absolutely, I
refreshments.
would.
Ooh, what do you recommend?
It's like, "Oh, this
Yes.
here is our best seller." And it looks like funnel cake.
What's your price point?
1 silver piece.
I'll take it.
Oh.
I will take 1 for myself, and 1 for my buddy Ford here.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I can.
No, I insist.
Wraps it in a bit
Okay.
of paper and hands it over and says, "Here you go, dearies. Enjoy the festival." Walks
I'll
off.
hand 1 to Ford.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ow.
And it's this point you guys hear a sharp, like, dinging sound ringing out. There is a cheer, someone, like, screaming in excitement coming back from, like, the machine area. Some bit of commotion over there.
Let's go check it out.
I agree.
Let's do it.
You see
just one.
Ford is kind of just staring at the funnel cake, and there's just a little bit of a tear running down his eye. He goes, "Yeah," and wipes it off and follows after.
It's good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So as you guys walk over to the machine, you can see that there is a female half-orc who has, it looks like a lanyard on.
The lanyard is in the shape of a pumpkin, and she seems to be sort of just like staring at it. It also seems to be glowing slightly. She's standing near the sort of strange gumball-esque prize machine you have heard about that the tokens are connected to.
And you can see the prize machine is currently like flashing a few different colors, and then that stops. And you can see a number prominent towards the top, around the side, on all sides. You can see the number change from 10 to 9.
Fascinating.
Well, I guess that means there's one less shot to get into the finale. Del sort of says sorrowfully.
What's the finale?
And you guys can see Del is currently fingering a couple of tokens in her hand.
Del, how'd you get so many tokens?
Del, what are you fingering?
Just some tokens. Look. She hands
Where'd you
them
get
out.
them?
Del, who are you fingering?
I won these.
Man, I feel like you've been with us the whole time.
Well, you know, I got an early start.
Okay, well, that's fair.
What's the finale?
This year, it's something kind of strange. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of, God, I hate saying this, pumpkin chunkin'.
Is that exactly what it sounds like?
Essentially, did you see those, like, catapulty type things over in the field, sort of to the east?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would like to roll to see if I can see the catapult things.
You don't need to make a perception check. You can definitely see them. I will have you make a history check, though, to try to identify them.
Oh, sweet.
And anyone else that would like to make this roll count as well.
Okay. So I've got an 8 plus 3, that's 11.
Okay? Crow and Jin, you guys can recognize these things as trebuchets.
Oh.
Felix, you've seen them before, you forget what they're called, and you know the general thing with them. They probably throw something.
Yeah, that was a 6. So. Yeah.
Do we recognize this as the context of like an assault on a castle, or
Yeah,
do
you know, there's
do we know these things are also used for fun? I guess.
You've never heard of them being used for fun before.
Okay.
This is a war weapon.
Can I maybe do an insight check on the person staring at the pumpkin lanyard? Like, just see.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Something seems kind of off about the way that they were staring at it so intently. Maybe I'm trying to see why the intensity. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, I guess I don't fucking know anything.
Maybe they're reading it?
Yeah.
Wait, do I have an insight? Oh wait, I have a +4 to insight, so I have a
Oh.
10?
You discern her inspection as just being general curiosity. You sort of see a little bit of, like, disgust, like, maybe this person just thinks lanyards are tacky. But also just a little bit of confusion. This is, it doesn't appear that anyone else has one of these lanyards yet. You would also probably understand that this looks like an out-of-towner. This doesn't look like a Lake Otterling resident, so they might just be a little bit curious about the festival in its entirety.
Gotcha.
When taking
Well,
the
maybe a
actions.
token, since we're here.
Okay. So you walk forward to the token machine. You can see someone operating it.
Yeah, you see next to the token machine in sort of what looks like matching garb is a rather tall, slender, half-elf man, very long, straight black hair, braided very elaborately back. Has a very ornate gold and red headdress on, and some like orange, red, and yellow robes. It's you would know that this is definitely someone from Adriath, and looks to be a typical Adriathian.
I love your wreath.
Oh, thank you. It's rather beautiful. It is my most favorite one. Thank you. Most people
Of
just come up
course.
here and they hand me a token, so I appreciate the compliment.
A little kid
Oh,
walks
are
up
you
and says,
kidding me?
"Here, I
You're
got a
like the
token."
height of fashion.
Yes, I know you have a token. I
Here.
have eyes.
Can I put it in the machine?
No, dear God.
I've got a
go to the
token.
back of the line.
Okay. Walks off.
He takes a deep, ragged sigh and smiles and looks back down at you, Jin. How may I be of service to you today?
Well, first, you can tell me how you're feeling.
As in my emotional state?
Yeah, you seem a little tired. I figured I'd just give you the opportunity to maybe vent a little bit.
He takes a pause and sort of stares at you unblinkingly, and then takes a large breath and steadies his face and says, I am doing quite well. It is a beautiful sunshiny day in Lake Otterling, a gorgeous area of central Pendilor. I am honored to be here, to be sent here on this mission to engage with all of you a level of fun and merriment and magic.
Well, I appreciate your being here.
Would you like to pass me your token?
I would too. Thank you for asking.
Wonderful. He reaches out his hand, takes your token from you, puts it up to his nose, gives it a sniff, and passes it back. Now that I have determined that your token is legitimate, you may enter it.
You see a little token slot, and there is a large lever to the side of it as well.
Lovely.
Do you encounter counterfeit tokens often?
You have no idea. I have found the people at carnivals tend to be rather tricksy.
Well, your hair looks great, and I put it in and pull the lever.
You see a faint smile sort of flash across his face, and he reaches up and sort of brushes a strand of hair from his forehead.
There is a very satisfying mechanical sort of like resistance to it, and as you pull it down, you hear clicking and clacking, and then a chunk once it gets to the bottom, and it springs back. And as you do that, there is bells and whistles that start to go off, a ringing sound, and you can see a sort of metallic capsule is dropped and then rolls all the way down this intricate track that runs throughout the machine as this silver ball begins rolling down throughout it, and then lands at the bottom of the machine, pops out of a little slot. And there's a little hissing sound and a little bit of smoke that goes away, and you can see there's just a little capsule there. And I need you to roll a d20.
Cool. 10.
10. So as the ball lands and hisses, you see the machine there light up, and the ball hisses and pops open, and you can see there is a small little parcel in there, as well as a lanyard.
Cool. Lanyard. Yeah, no, it's cool. I like opening the lanyard.
And you can see the number change from 9 to 8.
The half-elf managing the machine looks down into your egg and grabs the smaller parcel that's next to the lanyard and sort of unwraps it, and you see something sort of sprout up, growing larger than the egg capsule, and it appears to be a quill and ink set that is glowing with a sort of magenta ink. And the half-elf says, "Oh, very interesting. I hope you like to draw. This is actually a very fascinating object. It never runs out of ink."
I love it.
Also, have you been filled in about the rather gaudy pumpkin necklaces?
I mean, a little bit. There's a finale that I get to throw a pumpkin.
Sure, yes, I'm a little bit out of tune with all of this small town hijinks, but there are 10 of these. If you receive one, you will be accepted onto one of the teams to compete later in the evening for some sort of grand prize.
All right, I like the sound of a grand prize.
He nods at you and sort of gestures at the next person in line.
Thank you very much.
Dell pipes up. That's honestly kind of cool looking. Can I see?
Yeah, for sure.
And she sort of takes a look at the jar and shakes it a little bit. Huh.
Careful though.
Well, that's kind of fun. We've never got stuff
Yeah.
like that here before. Usually you just win like another churro or something.
What's
Don't
wrong
complain
with
about
another churro?
Yeah.
I guess
You get me.
There's not really anything wrong with it. It's just, you know, I can only take so many churros a day, you know?
How many churros have you gotten eaten in one day?
Probably like 37.
Nice.
I did really well last year at the games.
You should maybe go for the pie eating contest.
That's true. If you can eat that many churros in one day.
You should see a doctor.
Honestly, both of these are
That too.
decent ideas. Any of you guys want to like eat some pie with me?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm a
Let's go
halfling.
get
I could probably
fucked
handle
up.
it.
And Del starts taking off towards what appears to be a large tent with the aromas of sweet baked goods emanating from it.
I will follow Del.
Me too.
Before you guys leave off, you see there's a couple more people that stick their tokens in. There's no flashing lights or anything like that. One of them opens it up and he gets some kind of ball that when he throws it on the ground, it bounces super high and that kid runs off super excited. Another item that opens up, it looks like to be some sort of large cloak that looks like it's kind of nice. Still no other flashing lights or anything like that though.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna put my token in the machine before you. If you guys were willing to wait 1 minute, I'd like to put my token in the machine.
You were in the line
Yeah.
behind us. It's fine.
Absolutely.
So
All
go
right.
ahead and roll d20.
Oh boy, big money. 14.
14. Okay. You see a ball begin rolling down the track again, clatters in the bottom, and the machine lights up and flashes again. And you see it opens up with as well a lanyard in there and a small parcel, which is opened up for you, and you can see the elven gentleman pull out this beautiful silken rope, and he just keeps pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it, and then eventually you have 100 feet of silken rope.
Thank you,
Wow,
sir.
good prize there, Crow.
Wow, a bunch of rope here.
Looks like we'll be facing off together.
Never know when you might need some rope.
Is the lake this town is named after, is it nearby? Like, is it like the carnival, the festival, like right next to it?
Sort of, yeah. The lake is large, so part of the festival is by the lake, yeah. And you guys are not particularly near to that side of it. But you can see the lake in the distance.
I'm gonna turn the rest of them. Do you guys know, do the otters live in the lake?
Yeah, they mainly live on the island that's out in the lake. I don't know if you can see that there if you kind of squint, but yeah, the whole lake's pretty much theirs. They mainly congregate on the island out there. That's why nobody really goes out there. We try not to bother them too much.
Oh, they're not on the shore or anything like that?
Well, sometimes they pop up. It's always fun when they do, but a lot of times they just kind of keep to themselves.
As far as I know anything about the festival, though, this is about the time of year where it's easier to see them, which is kind of why they have the Harvest Festival around now, too.
Can I go look at the otters?
Absolutely, we can certainly go watch for some.
You guys don't have to, like, if you want to go have fun, you can go have fun.
I think lurking
I was
at
just
otters
curious.
sounds like a ton of fun. I'd be happy to go with you.
I can take you guys
Okay.
to a good spot I know of.
Okay.
Del, did you still want to go to that pie eating contest?
Oh, for sure, but I mean, we can do that afterwards.
Let's all go together. Why not?
All right.
Safety in numbers, right?
Yeah, I heard this old thing about, like, this proverb about, like, not splitting up a party or something.
Ancient proverb.
I don't know
Yes.
what you guys are talking about. I wander around by
No.
myself all the time.
When one person with brain damage wants to leave with an NPC character, that's bad news. for the
Eh.
party.
Oh, also they say, I think I read that in a text somewhere.
Yes. Remember
Mm.
that being carved on a tree.
So you guys make your way over to the lake, and you find, a nice, peaceful spot where there's, not a whole lot of people around. And yeah, you can see in the water there's otters, a few number of them too. That you can see. Some of them are coming up to the shore. Some of them are jumping back into the water and splashing around and playing.
You also notice that you do get a better look at the small little horns that are budding out of their temples. Not incredibly long by any means, more like the budding antlers of kind of like a young deer.
Okay. I'm gonna get really excited, and I'm gonna sit down sort of cross-legged on the beach. I go, okay. and I'm just going to start listening to their little chirps
Mm-hmm.
and start trying to figure out language from it.
Okay.
So you're attempting to communicate, or
I'm
listen?
basically casting Speak with Animals as a ritual.
Okay, gotcha.
10-minute casting time. So I'm just sitting there and just listening to them.
Is anyone else doing anything at the time?
I would like to try and figure out what Ford is doing.
All right, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Can I do the same?
Yes.
Okay. 13 plus 5 is an 18.
Alex?
10.
Okay, Alex, you can tell there's clearly something magical going on. You're not sure what exactly it is, but you can definitely tell that he's casting some sort of magic.
Gotcha.
You recognize the signs of that. Crow, you are able to tell pretty much exactly what he's doing. You've seen other people before do similar things. You've met a few druids in your travels, and so you recognize this as casting a ritual spell.
I think I would like to sit on the shore as near as respectable with Ford and just kind of enjoy the scenery and listen to the sounds of nature and look at the sweet little otters.
With that, is he actually in fact casting a ritual spell, or is he just crazy?
He is casting a ritual spell. You recognize real magic happening.
Okay, thank you.
With that, and I see both me and Crow sort of looking towards Hillsong, and I just kind of want to share a look with Crow. One of those interesting moments.
What did I say?
I'll sort of go over next to Crow a little bit, and I'll bend down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's casting some kind of magic.
Yeah, some sort of ritual. Didn't think he had it in him.
Neither did I. Hence why I'm concerned. Who is this person?
Well, I think his name is not Bed or Ford or Son, but...
Well, that was obvious.
Right. I'm just going to kind of sit down and just watch.
Yeah.
Jin?
I'm gonna do the same as Jin after that. I'm just gonna look out and take in the scenery and the lake, and just I've never seen anything quite like this in my life, so I'm just gonna take it all in.
Can I put my hand out and see if I can get an otter to come and sniff my hand?
Yeah, absolutely. As you do that, Dell sort of pipes up quietly next to you, like, a good trick for that. They really like cool pebbles. So if you look around here and you find one, you just kind of...
I already have 6 cool pebbles in my pocket. Like, no big deal.
You came so prepared. This is great.
I just love cool rocks.
You'll probably do well.
As you look out on the lake, Felix, you really haven't seen anything like this place before. It's utterly just tranquil. It's peaceful. The water's calm, aside from the otters playing in it, and it's really relaxing and beautiful. And Hillsong, your spell finishes, and you begin to hear just little faint otter calls, I guess, of stone, as 2 otters begin swimming up to the party.
I'm going to look on the ground for a nice-looking stone.
All right, you're able to find one that you deem suitable.
And I am going to slowly walk into the lake, basically just towards the otters, and just hold out the stone and say to them, "Hey, stone, yeah, I've got a stone right here. Does this work?"
And Otter just immediately swims on up to you, puts his little paws on your hand, and sort of pulls it down a little bit to look inside, and then grabs the stone with its mouth and goes stone and swims off into the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, dude. I just sort of speak to the otters at large, and I'm like, "What are you guys? I've never seen anything like you before. You're so sleek."
Thank you.
How do
Thank you.
s-
Thank you. You hear lots of little thank yous and
Pretty stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
One of them is swimming over towards Jin, and it's sort of just like peeking its head out of the water and staring intently at you on the shore. At your hands, rather.
Hey, pal. Can I give this to you?
yes.
You just hear cute otter noises, Jin.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a little closer.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
I think I
And
might
I will
have
give you
animal handling.
advantage with this since you are currently possessing shiny stones.
The
Shiny pebble.
Okay, cool, because that one sucked. I also have a +4 in animal handling.
Alright?
Cool. So 11.
So as you sort of hold out the stones, the otter looks a little bit nervous at first, but then eventually comes up and sort of just like, how many do you have in your hand? Just one, or?
Just one. Really good one though.
It'll come over and quickly, grab that out of your hand and then swim away.
Jin does like a little, like very quiet as to not to scare any of the other otters, and like does a little like, oh, it's so cute, like a little dance, and like jumps back and forth and like looks it forward and is like,
And I look around all the otters. And I'm like, is it safe here?
Safe! Yeah, safe, fun. Shiny stone!
I didn't think it'd be safe here.
And you see one of them is holding, it looks like just this fat, giant, delicious looking strawberry.
Oh,
And it's presenting it to you.
oh, me?
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it. Say, thank you. Here, let me give. And I'm going to pull out one of my good berries and hand it to the otter.
The otter scarfs it down.
And I'm going to take the
Really
strawberry and
happy.
eat it. Hmm. And I just go look around and go, are the people here okay?
It sort of like cocks its head at you and just says, "People?"
Like them. And I'm going to motion my hand at like Jin and Felix and
I am
Crow.
staring at Hillsong right now. Very, very concerned.
Especially considering that I am squeaking otter.
But also,
Like-
Hillsong is currently surrounded by like 10 otters who are all just listening intently to everything he's saying.
Yep, I'm just watching.
One of the otters who heard your question swims over near Jin and says, "Gives rock. Good, good, good."
That's true. That is true. One of them gave me something too.
And did you eat that strawberry?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, wonderful. I figured it was.
For berries.
I'm going to attempt to imitate the otters and lay back and try to float a little bit, like on my back, and just listen to them play and do their thing until the spell runs out, which is a 10-minute duration.
Gotcha. Anyone else doing anything? Well,
I lean over
Bedfordson just floats
to
there.
I lean over to Felix, and I'm like, "Hey, Felix, did you ever watch that puppet show they used to do for kids, where there was the princess, and then she became friends with all the animals, and they helped her clean her house so she could go to the ball with her wicked stepmothers? It reminds me a lot of this, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing."
I do vaguely remember this puppet show. Yeah, very interesting.
I think Jin
I
is gonna
think it's a
step.
good thing.
I think Jin's gonna step. I think she kind of like got her feet wet, you know. She's gonna step
Literally.
out of the water and pull, and pull out her sketchbook and use her new magenta ink to kind of do like a little sketch while like looking at the otters that are kind of surrounding Ford Hillsong.
Jin,
And
Jin,
sketch.
make 2 of those. We could use one for blackmail later.
I'll make 2 because he might want 1.
And Hillsong, you are now just floating, and you can feel little nibbles at your feet and the ends of your hair from otters as they swim past you and sort of just like brush up against you. And you guys can see he's now starting to like rotate in the water from the little nudges he's been getting, super slowly.
You feel.
Are those otters giving him a pedicure?
Like those koi fish that eat the dead skin off your feet. Or...
Huh. Never would have thought the otters would be doing that.
You also can feel every once in a while what appears to be one sort of rubbing its horns against you, but politely, just sort of to massage itself.
Do I feel exfoliated?
Absolutely. The water's great. Your feet are shining and the calluses are gone. There's one little guy just going to town on like your right toe, and you hear in your mind like,
Oh,
tough,
God, I
tough,
don't-
jerky.
I say in Otter, yeah, man, I fell in the ocean. There's probably a bunch of guck in there.
While we're sort of watching Jin do her drawing, and Hillsong or Ford doing his just sort of relaxing, I'll turn to Crow and say, so, Crow, what's your specialty?
Specialty? What do you mean by that?
Well, you recognized the same as I did what our friend Ford here was doing.
Oh. Yes, I have some minor magical abilities that I've picked up over my years. So, you know.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you go about receiving them? Did you study them, or?
Yes, I used to work at an inn very far from here, and there was a wizard who lived there for a period of time, and I learned some things from him. I stole one of his spell books and managed to teach myself a few pieces of arcane lore at the time.
Oh, you're self-taught.
Yes.
Oh, hi. That's really cool. I'm sorry. I was really. Sorry. I'll leave you on your. I don't want to press too much into your business. I'll just.
How about you? Since we're sharing in this moment, how about you?
Oh, I am a cleric. It's complicated. I suppose I am a cleric of Mistra. She is my goddess. Have you heard of Mistra?
I think I've heard her name in passing a few times, but I'm not overly familiar.
Mm-hmm. She is the goddess of magic. It's strange. I've taught myself a few things, but I also. She gave me some things. It's kind of complicated. I am a traveler.
Traveler, I
Traveler
see.
too, huh?
And who taught you magic that you know? Did you have a teacher or another cleric?
Oh no, I taught myself. Though what I've taught myself, granted, is much less than what my goddess gives me.
You're a cleric, though, so you're like a healer?
I suppose so, yes. Though I much prefer to use the things that I taught myself rather than what Mistra gave me.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Where I come from, it's kind of... You just let life teach you. And that's good enough as any school.
Yeah, nothing to be embarrassed about, Felix. We're all
Yeah.
self-made
Also,
in some ways, except for Bedford's son. I'm not sure if he knows anything, but aside from getting foot care from otters, do you think that otter there is about to just suddenly die and just roll over on his back? He's been gnawing away between two toes for some time, and
That might be poisonous in some way.
And Bedfordson, at this point, the otters begin to proceed from English and go back to chirping and regular otter noises.
It's about this time that they also, the otters in the area seem to start separating from you and seem to be swimming out deeper into the lake, sort of towards the direction of the island.
I'm gonna sort of right myself, big smile. I'll walk back to the group. I say, hey, I wanted to apologize. I've been really rude lately. I'm sorry. I didn't know if I could trust you guys or not. My name's not Ford or any, it's really not any of those.
What?
Oh my
No
God,
way.
Is it Jeff? Is
I
it
never
Jeff?
would have
Jeff?
seen that
I
coming.
had no clue.
Anyway, I'm Hillsong.
Hillsong.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful to meet you. I'm Felix. I'll extend
Nice
my
to-
hand.
Nice to meet you again, Felix.
Nice to meet you, Hillsong. My name is Jen.
Hi, Jin.
Hillsong.
Uh-huh.
Crow Emberly. To meet you.
Hi.
Is it just the one name, Hillsong, or is that like
Yeah, just the one name.
just the one? Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted. I didn't. I didn't think you guys would be so nice. Is all. I've heard a lot of bad things about this place, and I'm not sure. I don't know, but the otters say that you guys are nice, and I trust them on the matter. So.
I find that
Yeah.
accepting that strangers to be more kind rather than malicious in intent is usually the better option, though I understand where you're coming from.
It's okay. I sort of made myself miserable there. It's kind of like my own fault, but yeah. So I'm sorry.
No worries. Out of curiosity, do the otters have some sort of special insight into us as human beings? Because I don't know how trustworthy are these otters. I guess I'm asking.
Well,
True.
they
Is there any merit that precludes them to be more?
Are they good
Well, they,
judges of elf character?
Animals are better than all common-speaking creatures that I've ever met. So I'd say they're pretty damn trustworthy.
Yeah, they're a lot closer to Mother Earth, so they hear her a lot better.
Interesting.
At that point, Adele pipes up and says, "Yeah, most people here, it's kind of all about the otters. They keep this place safe, and people here keep them safe in return. And it's kind of the whole lifeblood of this town, honestly, which I thought was pretty weird for a while. But I mean, especially when you take into account Lady Griselda and the moon change and all of that, they're pretty dope."
Is this place unique?
In what way?
Like, everyone seems really nice here,
I guess
you know?
I don't really know if that's unique. I think for the most part people are just pretty happy. I don't know, as much as I say I want to get out of here when I get older, it's a pretty cool place to live. We've got great food, great weather. It's a pretty chill town.
Hillsong.
Mm-hmm.
Take it, at least my perspective. This is one of the nicer places. Trust me, there's a lot of bad places out there.
That's
Okay.
the truth.
That
Very
makes
true.
sense.
Like, I don't know if that has to do with the otter stuff, but it does seem to be pretty chill here.
Okay.
So, Hillsong, Since you're in a slightly more forthcoming mood, do you mind telling us what happened?
You gotta understand, I don't want to lie to you, but there are some things that if I said, I think I'd be letting down a lot of people. So I can't tell you everything.
That's fine.
All right.
I made a raft, and I was on it, and it was the middle of the night, and I saw something. I don't quite know what it was. I asked Dell about it. It was, I think you called it what was it?
Dragons,
The lizards?
man. Dragons.
Yeah, I saw, I guess they're called dragons. Like, one was red, one was blue. They were flying, and there was fire and lightning. And then the blue one just sort of fell on my raft. And
DM?
Yes.
Zzz.
Yes.
What do I know of any of the history of dragons in this land?
I had the exact same
You,
question.
Ditto.
Yeah, I would say all three of them would be pretty well versed enough to obviously know what a dragon is, but also none of you have ever seen one. None of you have ever talked to anyone that's seen one. They are exceptionally rare. Some people don't even believe they exist anymore. And
Some people would think they're extinct or something.
Exactly, yeah. From the just sort of world knowledge, you would have understood that these aren't creatures that are seen much, if at all, anymore.
And within the lore of this place, are dragons vicious, hostile creatures, dangerous? Do we know? Do you have an idea from the
Dangerous,
stories?
Definitely.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, they're more referred to, I think, in history as kind of beasts, just like any other animal.
Gotcha.
so then I was underwater, and then I was here. I think Dell, was it you that saved me? Who saved me?
God, no, man. Where they picked you up was like it wasn't right here. Some folks out on a boat found you, and then they brought you into the channel apparently, and stuck you on a boat to come over here. There's a channel that connects lots of trade, so they just figured if we could get you there.
Why'd they bring me here?
Well, you know that seaweed water I gave you?
Yeah,
Stuff's pretty...
I'm sorry. I didn't drink that.
Oh, I don't blame you. It tastes like cat piss, right?
I thought it was poison.
That's fair. Honestly, if I'd woken up in a strange place, I would have thought the same.
You know, if you put in a spoonful of sugar, it might help that cat piss go down a little bit better. I'm a cook. I know how to brighten up cat piss to make it more palatable.
Tried it. Doesn't work.
Also,
I'm sorry. Are all of you saying that you have consumed cat piss at one time or another?
well, yeah.
Absolutely.
You haven't?
Start out there for a pimp.
I legitimately heard that was like a luxury in Ganacor. Is that not a thing? I don't know. I haven't got out much.
No, I just have a lot of siblings.
It's beans. They feed them to the cats, and then after they come out the other end of the cats, they grind it up and make it into special drinks.
It just seems
Thank you.
wildly unnecessary.
Can I ask some more questions?
Yes.
Sure.
What are you three? And I'm gonna point at Dell, Jin, and Felix.
Oh my God! You can't just ask people what are they.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No,
No,
it's
Never
okay.
mind.
it's fine. It's all right.
Don't worry about it. If you didn't know what an otter was, it makes sense you wouldn't know what other things were, too.
All right. Ignorance shouldn't be punished.
Well, I'm what's called a halfling.
Same.
We're small.
Okay.
They're kind of a couple of different kinds. The kind that I am, my family, jeez. Well, okay. Without getting into the whole backstory of, like, zygote, evolution, whatever. There are a couple different kinds. Some of them are light and springy and quick and acrobatic and jubilant. Some are like sturdy and eat a lot of food and they're good at, punching things. I am of the other variety. Light and bouncy and jubilant. Yes.
Mhm.
Totally.
Mhm.
Where I come from, though, a bunch of different races of creatures, we all kind of live together in harmony, peace. It's relatively calm. So there isn't a whole lot of separation in culture.
How many kinds of people are there?
Oh, do you mean races? Oh, there's dozens, Hillsong.
Oh. Where I grew up, it was only... hands me the player's handbook. Oh!
This answers so many of my
Yeah, you can read all
questions.
about it in this handy-dandy book I have.
Well, there's halflings, there's humans, there's elves,
Tieflings.
half-elves, gnomes.
Wait, are gnomes not halflings?
No.
Oh, no.
Very
Oh.
different.
Okay. What are the horned people that look terrifying?
Those are called tieflings, Hillsong.
Okay. And what are you, Felix?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. I am what's known as a firbolg. We are
Okay.
very large.
Yeah, you are.
You should see my sister.
How big can you guys get?
Oh, quite large, I would assume.
Like,
But my sister's the largest I've ever seen.
how big is she?
About 7 feet.
Oh, okay. So not like. Never mind. Yeah, where I came from, there was only humans, elves, and half elves.
Is that what
And
you
animals.
are?
Yes, I think so.
Half elf.
You
Interesting.
think so?
I've
Not
got
sure.
I've got ears, and yeah, that's what they told me.
Who is they?
The people I live with.
Love you.
And where was that?
That's one of the things I don't think I can tell you.
Got it.
Okay.
Well, this is a circle of trust. Are we in a circle? This is a circle of trust.
It's more like a
I think we're in a
line.
circle. It's more of an oval
Pentagram.
at this point.
Half
Pentagram
circle.
of trust.
This is a oval
This
shape
is
of trust.
Dodecahedron.
It's the bear circle of trust.
Mhm.
So if you ever feel like you want to open up to us in the future, go right ahead.
And we appreciate you opening up to us now.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not easy.
You should thank the otters.
I can't speak to them nearly as well as you can.
You just gotta listen. You probably can.
Wouldn't that be nice?
But really, like, it takes a little bit of practice, but you can probably do it.
I would like to attempt to communicate with the otters.
As would I.
Yeah, me too.
Every one of you make a performance check.
Well, hold on.
yeah.
Like,
Shit.
are you guys just like squeaking at them,
Yeah,
or?
what are you each
Yes.
doing to attempt
Oh,
to
I'm
communicate?
attempting to imitate the squeaking sounds that the otters made earlier because I can absolutely not speak to otters, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
I can, actually.
I
I actually can speak to otters.
I know
11 minutes
common,
one
elvish,
of
and
a 10.
otter. This is so random.
There is
They-
one otter
I don't-
left
sorry.
for you guys, and it is still just sort of staring at you from out of the water. And you all three turn to it. Crow, you begin mimicking otter sounds. Jin, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna try and get very small and like squeak. And I have I rolled a 7.
And Crow, how did you do?
I have an 11 minus 1, so 10.
Okay. And Felix?
So I have speech of beast and leaf, which is a Fearbolg thing. I can communicate. I can communicate with beasts and plants. They understand the meaning of my words, though I have no special ability to understand them in return.
Okay.
Gives me advantage on all charisma checks
Okay.
made
What
to
are you-
influence.
wait,
So they can understand me.
What do
are
you
doing?
say?
So, I'll go up to them and I'll say, hello, otters. My friend Hillsong said that I could talk to you or listen to you if I just paid attention, and here I am. Thank you for helping him to open up to us. I really appreciate it.
And the other two of you are just making weird otter sounds while this is happening.
Do you think this is working?
No, you. I think Felix is getting close, but you don't start with speaking. You have to listen first. They'll tell you how to speak to him.
Yeah, Felix, the otter that you've sort of been, or well, all of you, the one otter that's remaining, its head sort of bobbing up and out of the water, is just sort of staring very intently at you, Felix, and not paying much mind to the others.
I'm gonna kneel down, like get on both of my knees and just get
It
kind of
backs
close.
up
And
slightly.
I'm not here to harm you in any way.
See, Felix is sort of getting it. I think.
I hope you can understand me. I've never done this before. I always did feel sort of a kinship with nature and that sort of thing. I have a question. Those small strawberries, do you have any more of those?
You hear the otter go, and its eyes light up, and it dives down under the water. It's
I didn't mean to scare you.
about 30 seconds later, it pops back up, swims towards you, and holds out its hands. And it is not a strawberry. You see one of the silver tokens to the machine, and it bites it a little bit and puts the whole thing in its mouth at one point, and then just sort of like spits it out in your direction.
I clap.
Oh, well, thank you. And I want to reach out a little bit, and I want to pet the otter.
It lets you.
It sort of moves its head around how cats do it. It clearly wants you to scratch like right behind its right horn.
Yep.
Yeah, and
yep,
you see it in its little tail starts going
Slapping the
I'll
otter.
pick up the token as well. Hillsong, am I doing it?
Yeah, you're doing real good.
Well,
I
damn, I need
listened.
to practice.
They didn't much say anything, but I think they can understand me.
The otter,
Weirdly.
like
You might be closer to the Earth Mother. It's some people are just closer than others.
Huh.
The otter
Would-
kind of
Pet.
makes a like sort of a laughing sound. It seems like happy, and then it will swim off. You guys
Oh.
are now alone on the beachfront.
See?
I'll stand up.
It takes some practice, but it can definitely be done. I usually have
guess
to
I gotta
focus really
practice.
hard before I can do it.
It gave me this coin.
Hey,
I think it's
you
one
can
of those
use that.
tokens.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those counterfeit ones.
I guess we'll have to find out.
I think
Do
you're
the
supposed
counterfeit
to
ones come from
smell
the
it.
otters?
How's it taste?
Oh, I don't know. Metallic.
Yeah. You should maybe stop biting it. I don't think there's
I-
a strawberry in there.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what that person was doing by biting it. Were they?
Oh,
were they?
smelled it. They didn't bite
Oh, they
it.
s-
The otter
Oh.
did it. So now you've shared spit with an otter. So maybe that'll help the communication issue.
Oh, yeah.
It might. It just smells like a coin. Well,
Well,
I guess I have to go turn in a token.
There's also pie to be eaten, if you guys still want to
Yes.
do that.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to eat the pie.
I say,
Okay.
all right. Hillsong.
Hillsong?
You wanna eat some pie?
Sure. I'll give it a try.
All All right. Crow, what about you?
Not really a sweet tooth, but I will watch people eat pie, and I might gamble on some of the pie eating.
All right, so you guys begin to walk over back towards the festival, and as you guys head over there, that's when we'll take a quick break.